Good morning and welcome to our first ARTC conversation today, our educational webinar series. My name is John Green with Association Member Benefits Advisors. Thank you for joining us. Do a couple of housekeeping details before we join in and before I introduce our special guests and co-hosts today. All participants are in a listen-only mode. And what that means is unlike a regular Brady Bunch type Zoom meeting, you're not on screen and we can't hear you, but that's okay. If you have questions and want to ask a question, feel free to drop that into the Q&A feature. That way we can record those questions. And if it's something specific to your request, we can respond back to you directly. Or if it's something that could benefit the whole group, this will enable us to answer questions and stop and have that conversation as well. We are recording this session, and that allows us to put it out on your website right after the session so that you can refer to it in the future dates. And especially with some of the things we're talking about today, this may be great for you to share with your local units and chapters as you're going out there, but also to be able to go back and refer to, because we're going to talk about the fun stuff, the freebies, the good discounts and ways to make your pension stretch a little bit further. You'll also notice this little dinosaur down in the bottom right-hand corner, this QR code. This QR code is the best way to get more information about some of the topics we're going to talk about today. And I'm going to show you how to use that. So have your smartphone handy, and we'll talk about that as we go forward. But before we do, I do want to give a big shout out to your Yukon Huskies for winning the national championship down here in my home city of Houston. When you look back at the history of what Dan Hurley has done and what Gino Ariyama has done with both your men's and women's basketball program, it's pretty impressive and very impressive what they've done and the tournament run they had. So congratulations, celebrate it, enjoy it for what it is, and keep that fun alive, because it's a lot of fun to watch college sports, and especially you should be proud of your Huskies out there. So again, my name is John Green. I'll introduce myself in just a moment. We're joined today by your Executive Director, Tammy Gowash, your President, Carol Noble, and my co-host and partner and our leader up in the New England states, Matt Sargento. And before we jump on off in here, I do want to have Carol kind of update us a little bit about what's going on at the legislature and some of the bills that you're working on. Carol, how are you this morning?
I'm very, very well, thank you. And I'm glad for this opportunity to start off a webinar with AMBA. I think it's a great thing that we're doing here. I have been a proponent of Zoom to begin with. Since we can't meet in person, this is a fabulous way to get to talk with people and to hear their concerns and questions. So I think one of the things that, well, first I should say, AMBA has been with us for a very long time. It's not a new organization to us. We have had them for many, many, many years, and I am hoping that we continue this relationship going forward. The one thing that I needed to talk about today was one of the things that is before the legislatures in the Appropriations Committee. It's called the HB 6489, an act concerning retiree members of the Teachers Retirement Board. Just recently, we were asked to give testimony to the legislature, the Appropriations Committee, about what we saw as the important aspects of having 2 more retired teachers on the State Teachers Retirement Board. It was a fantastic success for us because they were able to move this bill out of one part of the appropriations into the next step of the appropriations. So they're going to continue to listen to us speaking forward on protecting teachers, retired teachers' rights at the table. And it's a very important aspect when you have 4 active teachers sitting at the table and only 2 retired teachers. When you think that it's a State Teachers Retirement Board, you certainly should have retired teachers sitting there talking about their concerns about their pensions and their medical benefits. So that's one of my biggies today. Other than that, I welcome you all to this AMBA ARTC morning. And I guess I pass this on to who?
We're gonna let Tammy take over and talk about her tea time. But thank you, Carol, for appreciate the kind words, but also to update us on the legislative issues that you're fighting for. Thank you very much. Good morning, Tammy. Tell us about a special event you've got coming up here real soon.
Morning, John, and thank you for allowing us to chit chat real quick. This is my first webinar just for like a And I came up with the catchy name Tea Time with Tammy. And it's basically it's a meeting. It's going to be a webinar, but what I'm going to do, as you all can see, Matt and Carol and John and I am going to promote everybody to panelists. And then, you know, it's basically just an ask question. You know, people will raise their hands and we'll ask questions, and we'll get to know ARTC. And, you know, I may have like a couple guests, things like that. So just wanted to tell about that. I don't know if I said the date. It's April 20th at 10 a.m. And I do have, you know, signups going. And basically when you sign up, it is only for active members right now. And I think that's it. And, you know, there'll be questions and answers. You'll raise your hand and we'll talk a little bit.
Great. And how do they get information about how to sign in? Is that coming via email? Is it on the website?
I've sent 2 notifications out by email, and I did not put it up on our webpage, I don't think, but I will put it up on our website.
Great. Looking forward to it. Again, a great opportunity just to kind of check in with what's going on with the association, as well as the legislative issues and things like that. So avail yourself of that opportunity and take advantage to have some tea with Tammy as we go through there. So thank you, Tammy, very much. Just a real quick introduction. My name is John Green with Association Member Benefits Advisors. I live a little bit north of Houston with my wife, who is a 2nd grade elementary school teacher. My daughter there in the middle. We were talking about basketball earlier. We are huge Baylor Bear fans. We follow the Bears everywhere we go. My daughter is a senior at Baylor. She is doing her student teaching right now. So she's going to be in the education field in the fall. And so she's looking forward to that, to follow her mother's footsteps. But I have spent the better part of my career in classrooms helping active educators understand what their retirement years are like. So I appreciate the opportunity to share with you today a little bit about the fun stuff of ARTC. And as we go through this webinar series, Matt and I will be able to share with you more of what we've learned, but also help you out and in your retirement years as well. And so I want to bring in my co-host as well as your district leader for AMBA up there in New England. Matt, why don't you introduce yourself this morning?
Thank you. Thanks, John. And thanks for having us today. Appreciate everyone on the call. As John mentioned, I've spent pretty much the majority of my career working with educators and administrators directly during their working years, preparing them for retirement. So it was a really unique opportunity for me to come over to AMBA and work with the associations, you know, to help bring awareness of what's out there, what the threats are to you in retirement, and try to help you fill those gaps with the partnership of ARTC. So very excited to be working with all of you. I live in Southern New Hampshire. I cover all of New England. I work with multiple different associations. I have 2 wonderful kids, a 15-year-old son and a 11-year-old daughter, and a lovely wife named Elsa, and just really looking forward to the future with ARTC.
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate that. I'm going to have Matt periodically jump in and just kind of talk about some of his favorite things in our conversation today. And just a quick reminder, ARTC is there for you for a wide variety of reasons. Carol did a phenomenal job talking about having representation at the tables where they represent you, whether it's watching out over your pension, preserving benefits, those type of things. Tammy talked about keeping us connected through Tea Time with Tammy, getting back with your local chapters whenever it's comfortable and safe enough to do so. And then also providing you with benefit opportunities and discount programs and things like that as well. That's what the association does on your behalf. And ARTC is a strong proponent for educators like yourself and retirees. And some of the advantages of having ARTC and AMBA together, there may be some gaps that whenever you left the schoolhouse that you didn't have covered by your state or your district benefits. They're portable. We have people on the call today that are joining us from all across the country. As many members from New England may move south for the winter or move south permanently, that type of thing. So you can take a lot of these benefits and move them out of state. They're not tied to a network. And one of the benefits that most people with ARTC tell us they're most proud of is the fact that they can extend their benefits to loved ones, to maybe adult family members who have aged out of their benefits, or maybe to their parents if they need to protect them from a long-term care or a stroke issue, something like that. So again, these things are some advantages of having ARTC and AMBA together. But today we're going to talk about the fun stuff, what I like to call the other side of the page, the discounts and things like that, ways to make your pension check stretch further, travel savings like crazy all throughout New England, the US, and the world, ways to impress your grandkids. If you like to eat and shop, we're going to show you some fun stuff. We're going to jump in and talk about that today. So I want you to grab your pen and paper. I'm going to show you a few things. I'm going to introduce you to the My AMBA Discounts program. I'm going to walk you through some highlighted examples. Matt's going to share some of his favorites as well. Then I'm going to show you a live tutorial of the website, help you dream a little bit, and show you how you can suggest some shops and restaurants and merchants in your area that can not only boost their economy, but save you money as well. But to help Matt and I understand kind of what your interests are, I'm going to launch a quick poll. And I'd like you to take this poll. It's totally anonymous. It's multiple choice, so you can answer as many things as you want to. Just kind of tell us what you're doing this spring. So if you want to fill that out on your keypad there, if you've got that, if you're joining us on a smartphone or on your iPad, it may not be as easy. But if you'll just share with us what you're thinking about doing this spring. And you can fill that in there. There we go. We got folks that are participating in that. You can talk about what you're planning to travel, do some spring cleaning, shopping, go out and buy your Yukon gear, your national championship gear, all that kind of stuff. You can do that. We'll just keep that questions open just a few more seconds here and let everybody participate. Jump in there. All right, we're going to do last call. 3, 2, 1. All right, we've got an interesting mix here. We've got a good group of you who are going to do some just nearby travel, stay local. We like to joke down here in Texas that we can drive 200 miles and not be to the next big city yet, but you can drive 200 miles in New England and go through about 20 million people in just a short period of time. So travel nearby is going to still get you into a lot of different things there. A lot of you are going to be doing some spring cleaning and gardening. Spring has happened down here in Texas, but I'm going to show you some vendors and merchants that can help you out in all of these things, especially with all the cultural attractions that you have up in the area. And even with baseball starting back up, there's some great opportunities to share here. So go ahead and we'll forward on. And I want to introduce you to this program. It is called the My AMBA Discounts Program. It is powered by Passport. Passport is a company that is designed all around employee and association member benefits. This benefit is free to you as part of your ARTC membership. Your membership in ARTC promotes and supports the biggest asset that you have, and that's your pension. So it's a very small investment for that. If you use maybe 1 or 2 discounts at the most in this program, you're going to save more than your membership cost in ARTC. So it really is a savings opportunity. And it's everything from shopping, dining, travel, to home services, all sorts of different health and wellness things, as well as ways to save you money in financial protection, things of that nature. So we're going to walk through several of these things today. I want to show you there's 2 ways that you can access the program. Number one, you can go through their website. So if you're on a laptop or on a desktop, all you have to do is type in myambadiscounts.com. And you can write this down, but don't worry about it because Matt is going to send you an email right after this that shows you how to get into the website. But if you type in myambadiscounts.com, it's going to take you out to the Passport corporate website. You'll click register here for first-time users, put your email address in, and then use the activation code AMBA Savers, AMBA Savers as your activation code. You're going to complete your profile. The profile is going to simply just ask you about pets and things like that because it will help bubble up your offerings. It doesn't preclude you from any discount out there, but it just may put to the forefront things you're most interested in. But to make it even easier on you, as I mentioned, Matt is going to send you an email right after this webinar that's going to have a link in there that you just simply click the link. It will take you out to this website that you're seeing here. And you don't have to have an activation code. You don't have to put anything in there. It's already built in for ARTC members. You'll put your email in there, confirm the email again, and you can start saving at that point after you create your profile. Super, super easy to do. When I'm doing any of my planning from home, this is exactly where I go to look for my travel discounts out here. I help my daughter and my future son-in-law who are planning their honeymoon to Hawaii. I help them just by going out to the website, take care of that there. Now, for those of you that like to travel and are going to other places, there is a mobile app option as well. And this is very, very easy to use. I'm going to walk you through the steps, but Matt is also going to send you the same tutorial that I show you the particular slide and how to do this. But when you go out, whether you have an Android phone or whether you have an Apple phone, you can get it from the Google Play Store, or you can get it from the Apple Store. The Passport Corporate application. It's the little orange skyline, very easy to download. It's a free download. But the thing I like about this program is it is geolocated. So if you're leaving Bristol and you're driving down to New York City, it would know where you are and would show you restaurants in your area or hotels and things like that. So it gives you the opportunity to, whenever I travel and I land in Orlando, pop it open. If I'm hungry, within 5 miles, it'll show me what restaurants are in the area. Really a neat application, very easy to use. Same activation code, but let me show you step by step. And this is what Matt's going to send you afterwards. Whenever you download the application, the Passport Corporate application, you will come in. The first thing you'll see is your passport card number. You don't fill that in. That's going to be there for you, already pre-filled. You will not get a membership card. There will be an electronic card. I'm going to show you what that electronic card looks like in a moment. You put your email address in, and then you put in other sign-in options. Excuse me. As long as you put in other sign-in options, you're going to go down the right path. It's going to ask you to sign in with an activation code. If you get too far ahead of yourself and start signing in other ways, it's going to ask you to pay. And it's like $7.95 a month. This is a free service to you, a free benefit as part of your ARTC membership. So sign in with the activation code, put in AMBA Savers, AMBA Savers. It probably puts it in all caps, but it's not case sensitive. Hit sign in, and then you'll fill out your registration and complete that. Very simple to use, very easy to use, and it's very intuitive. I'm going to show you a couple of ways that I use it, and this way maybe you can practice it yourself. So let's say you've flown to Dallas. Say you're tired of the cold. It was a rough winter. You want to come down where it's a little bit warmer, and you fly to Dallas, and you get off the plane and say, I'm hungry. Well, your app would tell you you're in Dallas, or you could search that I'm going to New York City, or I'm going to New Haven, or wherever I'm going, and you put that in there, and it'll tell you what restaurants within a certain mile radius. You can filter it down to 5 miles as the smallest, or up to 100 miles if you want to. So you can put that in there, and it's going to show you all of the restaurants that are available to you in that area. And say I want to go to Magic Time Machine. So I hit Magic Time Machine on my phone there, and it pops up and shows me that this is a website offer, meaning that it is not a mobile offer where you can actually get a percentage off there in the restaurant, but it shows that it's a 60% gift certificate offer. I'd hit the little website globe there and would pop up, here is the gift certificate offer. So for $6, I could buy a $25 gift certificate to use in the restaurant right there. Now you'll notice there in the little orange or red print right underneath it, it says minimum purchase must be $50 at the restaurant. Some will say includes all menu except alcoholic beverages, things like that. So sometimes there'll be a little bit of a qualifier in there. You would simply add to the cart, purchase that gift certificate for $25, and then under my certificates, you would simply just press that and say, here's my gift certificate, and show it to the waiter or waitress right there and get your discount. So automatically you're saving a significant amount of money just on dining. Now there are some restaurants that will have a use card feature on them. And I see these more in the West Coast and in the South. They're working their way up towards New England and the Northeast states, but you'll see use card, and you hit use card, and your electronic card will pop up on your phone. And in these situations, the offer from the vendor, the merchant, will say, in this case of the coffee shop there in Austin, is 20% off. You just show that card to the server in the restaurant, and you get 20% off. Or in the case of TCBY yogurt, it's a BOGO offer, buy one, get one free. So you can just show use card, your card will pop up, and it's buy one, get one free, gives you the details, things like that. Some will say it is just for this restaurant, or some will say it's for all TCBY yogurts in the greater stores area, something like that. So that's the way that most people use their mobile app. I will usually use it when I'm traveling if I'm on a long road trip and I don't know where I'm going to stop along that road trip. Once I kind of get an idea, I'll look for hotels that way, or I may look for a restaurant for the night. So it's just another way to save a little bit of money for you as you go forward. All right, let's talk about shopping real quick, and then we'll come back to travel as we're going through here. Passport shopping, for the most part, is your retail type vendors are going to be online. It's for your house goods, things like that. So it's a lot of national name brands. They are on site, online. There are some that are in store and local, and you can shop in different ways. It's everything from electronics and phones and clothes and shoes, all the way up to cars and new mortgages. It's a wide variety of things out there. Plus, it's savings on movie theater tickets and theme park tickets and travel stuff as well. So I'm going to show you that as we walk through here. Just a couple of things if you're looking for housewares. I mean, linens, decorative items, furniture, things of that nature. You're going to find a lot of different merchants out here. The Best Choice Products, BCP, that is similar to a Macy's, a Bloomingdale's without the clothing. It is housewares, it is seasonal goods. They offer usually a 5% discount across the board, but then once the season is passed, like they're having a tremendous sale on all of their Christmas merchandise right now. You can find those discounts in there as well. Then you'll see retail stores like GNC and Skechers. They will offer 15% off or 75% off of their brand names. Skechers always runs a 30% off coupon, whether it's online or print the coupon and take it in store. You can buy it at their discount stores all across the states. Kohl's has an online shopping discount that's out there. Alico, many of you said you were wanting to do home and gardening things. Alico is your home and gardening source, along with Best Choice Products. But Alico, to me, probably has the best gardening tools, planter beds, things like that for your garden. Go out and check out Alico out there for that. You'll notice on GNC, you'll see this little fire symbol there. I'm going to talk about hot deals as we go through here. And when we do the live tutorial, show you the hot deals, because there are some great ways that you can save on immediate sales out there. Okay, Easter's coming up this weekend. Then we've got Mother's Day not too far after that. College finals are coming up. So if you're wanting to send a little bit of love somewhere to grandkids, family members, things like that, great ways to save through 100 Flowers, 15% off of 100 Flowers, Harry and David, popcorn, Sherry's Berries, David's Cookies. If you are a mom and you want to drop some hints to your kids about something that would be really cool to send me a wine subscription, there's all kind of food subscriptions that are out there, whether it's wine, steaks, meals in a box, the meal prep kits, things like that. So many different ways that you can save money, send a little love out there, and maximize your ARTC membership. Now, if you like to read magazines, and I love getting magazines in the mail, a voracious reader, Magazine Advantage is a program that's available in the Passport program here, where you can get discounts up to 90% off magazine retail prices. You can get annual subscriptions for as little as $2. So it's pretty impressive what you can get out there. Highly encourage you to check that out. If you want to get it for yourself, give a gift subscription to someone else, you can do that as well. And they've got probably 2 to 3 dozen different well-known magazines that you can have shipped to your house for as little as $2. We talked about graduation just a moment ago. Graduation season is coming up in the next 6 weeks to 2 months. Technology gifts are out there all across the board. Matt, you've talked about Apple gifts out there. You want to share what your favorite Apple discounts and the things that you see out there?
Well, what's awesome about the Apple stuff is, if you have grandchildren or younger children, they don't necessarily need the newest device. There can be some really deep discounts, because Apple comes out with a new device every year. So there could be a device that's the last year's model or a couple of years prior, where it can be significant discounts. So the electronic discounts are amazing through the site. You just have to do a little exploring.
Exactly. And we'll show you how to do that. Thank you, Matt. I will tell you, I see a lot of retirees get the new Apple Watch because they have all the health features on there, things like that. Apple will never run those on sale in retail stores, but you can get employee pricing through the Apple Store on the Passport program. Same for laptops, desktop computers, cameras, printers, all that through HP, Lenovo, Samsung. so many different technology gifts out there, and different times of the year they run hot specials. And I'm going to show you how you can find those as well. But probably the most popular running up the board in terms of new discounts out there is the Whirlpool Inside Pass. If you need an appliance, whether it's a major appliance or if it's a KitchenAid desktop appliance, they're running 37% off their major appliances with an additional 10% off your desktop or your small appliances, your countertop appliances. So Whirlpool Inside Pass, I'll show you where to find that in a moment. It came on as a discount probably November of last year and has become the third most popular discount all the way across the board because of the incredible savings. And a lot of times they will offer free shipping to your house as well. So it really is a neat way to save money if you're needing to replace or to get new appliances. The second most popular discount that's out there is through Costco and Sam's Club. They offer new memberships at a significant savings. And the reason I point this out, not only because it's a popular discount, but because it changes throughout the year. There are many times they'll say, hey, it's a 60% off the membership, plus you get a promotional gift card. Or it's 60% off membership and you get a basket full of food, depending upon Sam's Club or Costco. This changes pretty frequently, but this is a good way, especially if you want to give a gift to someone, something like that, that does not have a membership already. Now, it does not include renewal memberships. This is just for new memberships to the club. Now let's talk about travel, because this is probably the biggest opportunity to save on travel, whether you're traveling, like many of you said, locally, or if you're traveling out of state or out of the country. I want you to do me a favor. If you've got any place you want to travel, go up into the Q&A section right now while we're on this and put in somewhere that you want us to go look at during our live tutorial. Just type in, I want to go. Matt and I did this yesterday, and we had Spain and Scotland and Ireland, I think, were some of the places that people wanted to go. So if you want to go somewhere, put it into the Q&A feature, and Matt and I will go out and look at those here in just a moment. But it's travel all across the board, and it's not just hotels, it's airfare, it's rent cars, it's tourist attractions, things like that. So there's a lot of stuff out there. The Wyndham chain is always on sale, for lack of a better term, and that is your Days Inn, your Super 8s, all the way up to your Wyndham Vacation Clubs, the really nice Wyndhams across the country, up to 20% discounts all the time. If you're an Airbnb type person, Haven, HVN, is the passport equivalent to Airbnb. The thing I like about this is that it's more upscale, a little bit nicer accommodations, but they have some really cool, what they call novelty stays, where you can stay in a New England lighthouse, or you can stay in a firehouse or a castle, things like that. So it's really a neat way to save. And if you've ever done an Airbnb, sometimes you'll get hooked on the price, but then all these fees start adding in there. What I've noticed about Haven, sometimes they'll give you a discount, plus sometimes they'll waive the fees. They can be very frustrating, but that can save you some money there. If you're looking at travel to Hawaii, there's always a sale on Hawaiian Airlines, 5% off over there from their destinations, as well as from their airports that they fly out of. Cruising is back full blown, and carriers, cruise lines have brought on about 50 new ships with a lot of capacity that they're trying to fill. So there's so many discounts out there for that. And then for those of you who mentioned you want cultural attractions that you're going to take a look at, Tickets, TIQETS, is the best place for that. If you're looking to go to any of the museums there in New York, overseas, any of the major metropolitan areas, you can get not only discounted tickets, but you can oftentimes get front of the line passes, so that you can just skip the lines and go right in and save you not only money, but time as well. So we'll show you some of those things as we walk through here. But my favorite place to go is the Passport Travel Services Hotel Planning feature. And I'm going to show you that in a moment whenever we take some examples here. But it allows you to go in and plug in where you want to go, when you want to go, and you can sort it by best value, by star rating, by location, the whole 9 yards. It also allows you, if you're just a Marriott fan like I am, and say, I just want to stay at Marriott, you can put in Marriott, and oftentimes you're going to find cheaper prices than the Marriott than you would find on their website here. And so it's really a great place. It's probably, to me, the broadest across the board place that you can look for your hotel savings anywhere that you go. And I'm going to show you that place out here as well. There are more places out there. The number one place that most people save money is in rent cars. Hertz, Avis, Budget, and Enterprise are always running 25 to 30% off. Then sometimes they'll run special deals, upgrades, things of that nature. If you're looking to fly, there's a service called Going that's out there that is a travel aggregator that also searches for the best flights. So if you're flexible on your time and say you're going over to Europe this summer, you're going down to Florida next fall, next winter, you can just plug in where you want to go and where you're flying from and set it, and they will tell you, hey, this cheap fare popped up. Do you want to get it now? So it's a great way to save money on your flights. And then with Extended Stay America Suites, it's kind of an apartment style hotel. They offer anywhere from 20 to 45% off and save quite a bit of money out there as well on travel. Now, we talked about tickets. If you're staying at home and you're going to the movies, there's a lot of movies that are out there. Movie theaters are coming back. You can save money on a wide variety of movie chains. Just about everywhere they offer movie tickets, with the exception of New York City, have I seen they'll offer 20 to 30% off. Basically, you're buying a matinee midweek price, and you can use it on the weekends whenever you want to. Take a family of 4 out, you're going to save more than your ARTC membership cost there. All right, if you want to go and you want to get out, my favorite place to go is Tickets at Work. Tickets at Work is part of this passport program. I'll show you that. But if you're going down to Florida, or you already live in Florida, this is where you're going to want to get all your theme park tickets, all of your tour tickets, anything down there. If you're going into New York City to go see a show, you can get your discounted tickets for all the shows in New York. Oftentimes much cheaper than waiting in the rain there in Times Square at the tickets booth to get your tickets that way. And if you're a big Sox fan and you want to go to a Red Sox game, tickets are about $18. So if you've got sports fans in your lives, you can find that whenever the college basketball and football starts back up, you can get tickets there as well. So it's a great way to save money through ticketsatwork.com. So what I want to do right now, I'm going to show you in just a moment how you can walk through, and I'm going to give you a live tutorial. But I want to show you how you can save money and help out a local merchant there as well. On the website, you can suggest a business to give discounts and be part of this passport program. Now, we're not talking your national chains, because usually the managers of those chains don't have the flexibility to give discounts. If you've got a local dining establishment that you like and say, hey, I want to send more business your way from retired teachers, then you can recommend them, put them in the suggestion box, and Passport will reach out to them to try to get a discount and put them on the website. So it's really kind of a neat feature that's available to them that way. So I'm going to stop sharing this screen, and I'm going to take you out, and Matt and I are going to walk you through the latest and greatest on the website and show you how this works. And I appreciate those of you who have submitted in some requests out here. We got all across the country. So we've got some European and Central America. We've also got some in the central states and Los Angeles, all that kind of stuff. So we're going to show you several different things out here. I appreciate you recommending these things. So when you first come to the website, again, what you're going to see up here, however you've registered, it's going to show you your location. But you can always change your location in the location bar to say, I'm going to New York City, or I'm going to Tennessee, or I'm going to Paris. You can put that in there that way. Here under your account is where I showed you the suggestion feature, where you can suggest a new member as well. Now, up at the top on your toolbar, you can just, if you say put Hartford, Connecticut, I could click all offers and it would show me every offer in Hartford, Connecticut. Or I could just look at dining, and I could look at, if I want to get just coffee and desserts, I could look at restaurants that are there. This is where if I wanted to send edible gifts like cookies or things like that to my grandkids. If I wanted to order meal prep, if I wanted somebody to deliver me boxes of meals that I could prep, I could put that there. So you've got that availability there. Your shopping over here, again, you can look at your clothes and accessories, your home and garden, like we mentioned, the home and garden, for those of you who are doing that here in the spring, sports and entertainment, There's the tech and electronics that Matt was talking about, the Apple discounts, those type of things, and then tickets and attractions. And I'll come back and show you that as well. So you scroll down and you've got your tiles down here as well. Go back up just a second here. Remember, I put in Hartford, Connecticut. It shows me there's over 600 new offers or 600 offers in my area, 6 new in the last 30 days. And then you can do the same thing here if I just want to go shopping and hit boom and these tiles. They will have seasonal selections out here. Some of them will be destination related. Sometimes it's spring home cleaning. Summer camps, childcare is out here available as well. There will be the newest offers period out here. Some of these will be local, some will be national. So many different hotels out there right now. And then here are those hot deals, like I mentioned. So you see, here's the Whirlpool Inside Pass. There's only 19 days left on their hot deal that's out here. And you can click the hot deals and it'll pop up and tell you what it is and show you how to get there. But my favorite feature is this is going to give me just a quick map overview of the discounts from the very local vendors in my area. So I put in Hartford in here and, you know, here's restaurants that have popped over here. Grandma's Comfort Foods. There was a donut shop over here that's got it. Then you get your GNCs all across the area. Then there are some, the blue airplanes are usually extended stay suites in there. So some of these are direct merchants, not through aggregators, but that you can shop it out there. So it's really kind of a cool way to go in there and look at things that way. So, all right, we had someone in here that said Germany. So let's go in and look under travel. Let's see if we've got Germany. Let's just put in Munich, Germany. How's that sound? I'm going to update Munich, Germany. And again, you can do this for anything. You can play around this website. There are so many ways. You're not going to break it. You're not going to buy anything that's out there. So looking at Germany, and say I want to look at hotels and resorts. So it's going to pull this up. And if there are any direct hotels and resorts, it's going to pull those up directly. And usually there's not, so I go to the hotel planner. So again, this is the hotel planner in here. And I'm going to visit the hotel planning website. And Matt, did it transfer over to the hotel planning website? Okay. So let's put in Munich, Germany. And let's just say I'm going to go in June for about 3 days here. Now, the one thing I like about this, it's going to start to run me the numbers and run me the hotels. It will tell me if I was coming to Houston last weekend and needed a cheap hotel room, it would say, hey, there's a special event in this area. You may want to look booking at another time. So this gives you the opportunity to know that there could be something out there that's available to you. So again, as it's running the stuff, you can sort it by a landmark if you want to be close to, say, a particular tourist attraction or a zip code or address. If you want to look at a star rating or by name, you could go in and type in a Marriott or something like that. So you can see here, it's already sorting out for me hotels across the city of Munich, $60 to $70 off. Here's one that's close to $200 off. So, I mean, there are quite a few savings out here that you can to find and search it that way. Same Hotel Amba. Didn't even know we had a hotel over there, Matt. That's pretty impressive that we can go over there. So like I said, there's all different sorts of hotels that you can search that way. This works the same way if you're going to Tennessee, if you're going to Kentucky, if you're going to Costa Rica. It's all out here that way as well. Now let's go over here. We have someone talk about Paris. And this is, see if we can go up here and I'm going to find, go look at my tickets. My under shopping, let's look at tickets and attractions. So you can look at it 2 different ways. You can look at the subject or you can look at the city. So if I go into tickets and attractions, you can see all of the different movie theaters and things like that. Here's your tickets, TIQETS. Tickets and attractions is kind of my favorite place to look at with tickets. It'll say, go to the website. You're looking for tourist stuff. So I'm going to type in Paris. All right, so I'm going to just type in Paris and hit Paris region. And it's going to pull up for me and show me the discounts in Paris, the tours and things like that. Some of these are combos that you can save money on. The city card you can save $19 on that gets you into the Louvre and some other things like a cruise on the Sand River. So there's different things like that. Sometimes this is where you'll find your front of the line passes as well. So again, this is a really neat way that you can save money on your tours. Here's the bestseller again, and you get your fast track tickets through the Louvre. So there's just lots of ways that you can save out there in your hotels as well as tourist attractions as you go forward there. So hopefully you've seen just a few ways that you can find those savings for you. Again, play around with it. Matt is going to send you an email with your, let's go down and find there we go. Matt's going to send you an email with that link that takes you in there. Again, play around with it, have fun with it. You can't mess it up. And it's just a great way. So Matt, before we move forward, is there any particular discount that you're a big fan of besides those technology
I
discounts?
personally, with a 15-year-old son who likes to eat and is very expensive, I always check the dining wherever I am, because most of the time it's a 60% discount on a gift card. So, you know, I just looked at we have an Italian restaurant locally where I am, and I can get a $10 gift certificate for $2.40. So, I mean, it does add up.
There you go. So like I said, take advantage of it. It's local, international, nationally. Just in the past 12 months, I just got an update yesterday. ARTC members, retired educators all across the country have saved over $168,000 just in the past 12 months on their travel, on their dining, on their shopping. Usually it's through travel. That's the biggest savings. Rent cars and hotels are big. So I highly encourage you to go out there, take a look at it, and to take advantage of the discounts, because stress those pension checks. We all know it's not that cheap anymore to do things. So make that go a little bit further. We do have another couple of additional discounts I want to make you aware of that are available to you as ARTC members. The Start Hearing program, if you need any type of hearing aid services, they offer steep discounts, trials, free warranties, free batteries for a 3-year period, things like that as well. And then we have a new program called Connect America. If you think about those old commercials of I've fallen and I can't get up, Connect America is a revisioning of that. It is a 24/7, 365 monitored medical alert system that is either a wearable device or a home device that you can have, that even if you just don't feel comfortable because something is sounding strange outside, you can press that box. They can dispatch a police or fire to your house to check out things like that. Again, it's a protective device for you. 38% discount, pretty sizable. These discounts are available to you as members of ARTC. So I highly encourage you, if you need them, check them out. Make your ARTC membership even more valuable for you as well. We have just kicked this off. Matt is going to continue to host an entire series for you all throughout the year, once a month. We're very excited about this. He's going to talk about long-term care first of next month, kind of all the myths behind it. Doesn't Medicare take care of all this? What it does and doesn't do. In June, he's going to talk about how to protect your nest egg. And later in June, before the July 4th holidays, we're going to talk about the emergency transportation issues in the state. As much as Congress likes to do things to try to reel in the cost of ambulances and air ambulances, they still figure out ways to charge us more for that. Matt's going to show you a solution. And then in August, we're going to talk about just ways to get your financial house in order and be well in the financial arena out there as well. So please, please, please tell your friends, tell former coworkers about this webinar series. This is a great way to introduce them to ARTC. Help them to become a member. Help them to become a member, because numbers of members speak volumes. Whenever Carol and Tammy go to the courthouse, go to the legislature and say, we need more representation on the retirement board. We need a cost of living adjustment. We need these things. The more people that you have, members of ARTC, can really speak volumes. The best way is show them the value that their ARTC membership has, either it be in the Passport program, the webinar educational series that Matt's going to do. Help them to understand that's out there. So I want to wrap this up, thanking you all for joining us on this inaugural kickoff. Tammy and Carol, thank you for having us. Matt, thanks for being a great co-host. If you want more information about the benefits that you have by being an ARTC member, take your smartphone, open up your camera feature right now. Take your smartphone, cover your, open up your camera, hover over that little QR code with the dinosaur, a form's going to pop up. And on that form, you can simply say, I want a benefits review, or I want to find out more about these different things. Put your information in there, hit send, and it's going to go to Matt. And Matt, once they get that comes to you, what happens at that point? How would they get contacted to get taken care of?
I'll typically just follow up with a phone call to schedule a time that's convenient for both of us to speak and go through and answer any questions that you have.
Okay. And you can do that via Zoom, via phone call as well?
Yep,
Okay.
whatever works.
Great. Thank you, Matt. So if you use your smartphone with that, or if you're joining us on your smartphone or on a tablet, all you've got to do is send Matt an email at matthew.sargento@amba.info. I'm going to leave this up for a few more minutes and let you use that QR code or the email. I'll be glad to answer any questions. If you've got those questions, I'm going to stop recording right now.